This is Love Notes, daily devotions from Holy Trinity Lutheran Church. Grace and peace to you. Our text today is from the 30th chapter of Genesis, verses 1 through 13. The women we celebrate today are two slaves who live in the house of Jacob. One is a slave of Rachel, the other of Leah. We've learned from Hagar and Sarah that a slave who works in the household of a master can be given to bear offspring that then become part of the family. Today we celebrate Bilhah and Zilpah. Here's their story. When Rachel saw that she bore Jacob no children, so before Joseph and Benjamin were born, she envied her sister, and she said to Jacob, "Give me children or I shall die." Well, Jacob's a little tired of this, apparently. He says, am I in the place of God? How can I make this happen? The fruit of your womb has somehow been withheld. You're barren. So she does exactly the same thing that her ancestor Sarah did. She takes her slave, whose name is Bilhah, and sends her in to sleep with Jacob. And they bear children together, two of them, Dan and Naphtali. Leah, who is come to the point where she's not bearing children anymore, where she is now post-menopausal, she takes her maid Zilpah and gives her to Jacob so that she can have more children. Now, you might think that, these people should be thankful that they have enough, but a nation is being created here, and the giving of offspring into a nomadic family is not only offspring, not only heirs, but it's workforce. Much like agricultural families have been for generations, the kids become the workers in the family and on the farm or in the flock. So 4 more are born. To Zilpah are born Gad and Asher. These 4 are tribes of Israel. These are, yet again, foundations for the people of God who will become Jacob's offspring, journey down into Egypt, and then be saved by the hand of God through the prophet Moses, who will wander in the wilderness and become the people of God, and so become the people that we are today. We should remember all 4 of these women because they are the ones who bore the whole nation of Israel within them. We should remember Leah, who yearned to be seen by Jacob, but was seen by God. We remember Rachel, who longs to bear fruit into the world, to have meaning and purpose, and God does not forget her. We should remember Bilhah and Zilpah because they're kind of thrust into things, as life sometimes happens. They become offspring. They give offspring to Jacob quite without planning it, and yet they are wound into the story. We say their names yet today. God blesses in many and various ways, and I guess the story of Jacob and Laban and Leah and Rachel and Bilhah and Zilpah and all of the complex turns and consequences, all of the parts of the story where you think, man, what is wrong with you people, should counsel us and tell us that through it all, God keeps promises, God sees us, God hears us, and God keeps repairing the damage that we've done to reconcile us. That is what God does in our lives. And the story of this dysfunctional family is a prime narrative. Rachel and Leah may have been at each other's throats as many siblings are, but God used them for a common purpose to become the mothers of a significant part of the tribe of Israel. Bilhah and Zilpah, as slaves, probably saw no future at all, and yet God gives them one. That's the kind of God we're dealing with, and these women are all witnesses. to how God intervenes to bring life out of death. And may I point out that the men are quite expendable parts of this story in many ways. It is the women, through their nurture and their care, through their faithfulness, their determination, their grit, their impatience, and every other thing that they bring to the table that keeps moving the story of God along. We give thanks for them. Amen.